Hey y'all, Former Plant Killer here, Jesse with Living on a Prayer Flower Farm, and we have a lot going on. So you may have noticed we didn't have an April farm update video. I recorded one, I just didn't have enough time to edit it and get it uploaded. So we'll do an early May or mid-May update video instead. To give you reference, today is May 8th, the day before Mother's Day, and the first thing I want to point out to you is, do you see what's in front of me? Do you see this? Yeah, love in a mist. Can you believe it? Love in a mist is right here. I have a lot of love in a mist. A lot of Nigeria seed. So let me show you what my reaction was the other night when I discovered this here, because I promise you, it just popped up overnight. Holy moly. Actually, I dropped a really bad word that I can't say on YouTube, but holy moly. Do you know what I just found? I'm out here picking stuff for bouquets, and do you know what I just found? Do you know what I just found? Let me show you what I just found. I can't believe this, and if my phone's shaking with me nodding my head, I'm sorry. But look at this. Look at this. Do you see this? Do you see what I see right here? Do you see that? Do you freaking love in a mist? What? Now, I tried planting it in this area last year and got nothing. Nothing. It's here. She's here. And yet I'm struggling to get stuff to grow that were this year. I'm torn. Should I be grateful? Or should I be mad? I don't know what to be. Freaking love in a mist is growing. Heck yeah! Just took it a year. Just took it a year. I can't believe this. Ah. My sunflowers are finally coming up. They're about to my waist now. Thank goodness. Autumn Beauty, my strawberry lemonade, which I'm so excited for, all the way up to the flowers that I ordered from Sunflower Selection. I was really hoping some of these would be ready for Mother's Day, and they do have buds on some of them, but Mother's Day is tomorrow, and no sunflowers. I did have snapdragons, and then if you take a look at these sunflowers, these are finally coming up and getting a good height. I just need to warm up. It's been so cool here in Louisiana, but now we've got a high of 80 today, so they're finally coming up. And then over here, my ranunculus are finally dying out, but I'm facing an issue. My amaranth looks like green lace. It looks like wedding lace or something. I've got flea beetles. Dreaded flea beetles apparently are doing this. They will target amaranth. They will go out of their way to come and eat these plants specifically. So tonight I'll be spraying them with neem oil to help battle the flea beetles because nothing else really helps with them. I've got a small bed of sunflowers right here, but they're not humming up that well. I'm pretty sure I had crows feast on them. My gladiolas are coming up. Anne's glads are coming up. I can't wait to see what they actually look like. So I'm excited for that. Gladiolas and lots of weeds because I can't get in there and weed too easily. And then behind me, I have no clue what's going on with my bells of Ireland. It's got some weird brown spots happening on all my leaves. I don't know if that's for me just not watering them enough, even though we've gotten plenty of rain, if it's a disease. I don't know what's going on with them, but something's going on. And then I've got, I believe this is Larkspur finally coming up. Some more love in a mist maybe over there. I'm not sure really. And then over here, I've got Baby's Breath finally sprouting up that I direct sowed, and Classic Romance Bachelor Buttons. My yarrow is finally doing something. Looky there. Look, I've got buds. I've got buds. So finally, the yarrow is starting to take off and anchor in. I'm excited to finally have some filler flowers. Back this way, we've got my lemon mint bee balm. She's finally starting to grow upward instead of just staying low to the ground. So finally, we've got some action happening here in the garden. I've got my, what is this? Pincushion flower. Got my pincushion flowers coming up. I've got carnations. I've got delphinium finally getting ready to bloom. What color will you be? I don't know. I'm so excited. It could be blue, it could be purple, it could be white. But it's finally blooming. Just took it, you know, from December. I've got my foxglove. She's getting bigger. She's not blooming yet, but she's getting there. She's at least doing something. And then my Dusty Miller. My Dusty Miller, guys, I'm gonna have to research what size do these get before you can finally start using the filler arrangements. Because right now, I don't feel like I can use this. I feel like it's so short, so small. When can I finally use my Dusty Miller? Then behind me, guys, oh. My snapdragons have been blooming. I've been cutting on them, the ones I started in December-ish, and then the ones behind me that I started in January are finally coming up. They finally got their roots established, so they are coming through the net and they'll be blooming before we know it. And I've got more inside, so love me some snapdragons. Let's take a look at the verbena. So here I want to point out, I've actually got poppies. I actually grew some poppies this year, guys. Couldn't get those to come up last year, but there they are. Don't know if these will do anything. It looks like they're going to bloom. We'll see what happens. But here's my verbena. She's getting some blooms on her finally. So I'm playing the waiting game, guys. I'm waiting on all my filler flowers to start blooming, and I'm waiting on my flower flowers to start blooming, so I've got stuff to work with. I'm in a weird in-between. You can see behind me, my Mrs. Burns lemon basil is coming up beautifully. I pinched a lot of them, left some of them there to flower, and then I've got my purple or amaretto basil beside it. Got my aster. My beautiful aster is coming up, and I can't wait for her to bloom. It's probably going to be August before she does, but I'm ready for her. I've got to get some support out here. I've got to get some netting up for her. I haven't done that yet. Here is my eucalyptus that we planted, guys. It's finally starting to get a little bit bigger, but once again it comes to the question, when can I harvest this? When is it going to be big enough for me to harvest? And I've got my white swan marigolds who are very happy with where they are at. And then beside me, I've got Jewels of Opar. My Jewels of Opar are finally starting to grow and get a little bit bigger than what they were. Starting to kind of branch out a little bit. Gumfrina and Chinese forget-me-nots. And then finally, but not least, right behind the Gumfrina are my dahlias that I grew from seed. They were starting to look pretty sad in the pan, so I finally got them in the ground. We'll see what happens. Once again, I've got to get support out here. And then behind me, that's supposed to be more sunflowers, but crows came down and had a feast. So today I will be replanting those, getting them ready, and then, oh, let me show you the zinnia bed. My zinnia bed! I don't have that many zinnias. I mean, compared to what I wanted, I don't have that many zinnias. So I'm going to start some inside and then transplant them out here. Then the ones that are here out, put some netting down. I've got to put netting because zinnias need support, especially here. We get strong summer storms that will just knock them over. So I'm going to redo this bed. Really didn't want to have to transplant zinnias because it can result in singles instead of doubles. But I don't have much choice. I'm running out of zinnia seeds. And the specialty ones ordered from Colette are sold out. So we will see what we can do. But the most exciting part is behind us. This, do you see this? My husband completely surprised me. This was a weed bed. Nothing but weeds everywhere you look. I was like, I'll till it before I plant more sunflowers. And then I came home last night and my husband had removed the drip tape and tilled it all for me. I'm so excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rake this to make it smooth, pull the hoses back over, and let's plant some sunflowers. And then to keep those stupid hungry crows away from them, we're going to cover it with frost cloth, and once they start to sprout, I'll remove it. So let's get to planting some sunflowers. All right, first thing I'm going to do is replant the small sunflower area. This is my Goldie doubles. Starburst, Eclair, and Goldie doubles are right here, so let me see if I can find them. This side I planted pretty heavy, and then crows descended, so there's not many coming up. So, meant to do that. Got to replant these as well. Let's see. Autumn Beauty is all right here. I'm going to end up having to order more sunflowers. Oh. Alright, it's not the most beautiful, but hopefully it works. Keep those crows from eating all my sunflower seeds, because I do prefer to direct sow instead of growing them inside and transplanting them. It's just better, they do better, they help a better root system in my own opinion. It's been about 5 days since we recorded me putting the sunflowers in the ground, doing a farm update. And during that time, we got a lot of rain. Do you hear me? A lot of rain. It rained pretty much all Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So my sunflowers, which were up to my waist, are now about up to my chest. Oh, there's a spider in that one. I'm backing up. Oh, I hate spiders. This one's clear. You see? Yeah, so they were up to my waist. They're a whole lot bigger now, and we were finally able to remove the landscape fabric from where we put all the seeds for the sunflowers. So guess what? It worked. We have germination. Let's take a look. Look at all the baby sunflowers. You can tell where some got planted a little heavy. We just had a huge explosion of growth thanks to all that rain, and it's still cool outside. I'm actually cold standing here because it's in the 60s, low 60s, which is crazy for May. We're supposed to be in like the 80s at this point, almost 90s. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll be okay. But yeah, guys, it's happening. A few more weeks and the farm will be exploding in growth. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.